Alright guys, we're gonna explore, as the thumbnail suggests, top 5 videos from my channel. Most of this is revolving around Sanity, and well, we have one bullshit video. In fact, a better way to indicate bullshit is just brown circle. Then we have one gold episode, but it's quite something, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have 3 Sanity episodes, but 2 of them revolve the start of and the end, you know, the finale of something dramatic, let's put it that way. And the middle part was when I was dumping my sanity. You know, one of the episodes got picked up. And it's not really a coincidence which one. Those are the spoilers I can give you, but we're gonna go chronologically. Not really. We're gonna use watch time as an indicator starting from 1 hour watched. Basically, any video can be watched for 1 hour, right? Kind of. So let's begin just climbing slowly until we reach the spot. Giving you guys the context. It is pretty weird for Sanity to be, you know, the revolving topic, while previously it was more of a drama-filled month. The first reveal I have to make is obviously Sanity Machine is the start and the end. I have finished, you know, dealing with this guy, but he's one of the 5 that we have encountered. Sniper Wolf gave me the most amount of views. Surprisingly, Vsauce exploded, and I was able to pull Ring of Fire from Mr. Beast into top 5, as well as, you know, Dark Matt 2828 or something. Well, every time he uploads, my videos also get a little bit of bump of viewership, so that's what happened there. But this is kind of like a variety content, while this month I had to be making sanity dump videos, all kinds of bullshit and gold videos, just to keep myself, you know, on the right track. I was too busy just dealing with hard feelings, you know, especially when somehow people are uploading more often. Summer is hot and annoying, and people are roaming around the streets. It's just, you know, all sorts of weird shit is accumulating as well. I accumulated TikTok, so I still deal with TikTok. I'm not sure how long this will last to clean. So you can see some TikTok marathon episodes sprinkled in. None of them made it very high at all, but they're still pretty recent. So Mr. Beast kind of broke 1 hour. Russia Eurovision broke 1 hour once, even though I made 3 episodes on this one. Fair enough. Porn somehow broke 1 hour. Usually the views don't matter. I am just talking about porn, by the way. I can't actually show anything unless, you know, for a spicy picture that I crafted. Do you want context on this one? Well, you gotta click on it yourself if you dare, to be honest. But porn is something to explore. It's a whole different dimension, basically. And, you know, over time it gets closer and closer. It seems like it gets more and more intense as I have to fully explore it. I have time to do that. I have no shame for that. and I can spiritual explore it, so there's multi-dimensional thing going on to understand how people actually feel, because I care about that part. And that's what actually gets you excited, like psychological part, not the in and out or attractive bodies. Like, sure, sure, those are the given ones, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to make porn. But I just want to like move away really quickly. Again, Mr. Beast versus Ring of Fire is still going on. These are the results at the moment. And Mr. Beast is in a third place. We'll see how that's going to develop. I just by default cannot root for Mr. Beast, but whatever. We'll see. Maybe he will surprise us all, which is slowly becoming not the case. And the only surprise is like, well, I don't know, is the ending part, whether he will continue or not. But I get to decide that, to be honest. To shoot down the plane that's a little bit too high. We'll see. Some Hearthstone, Elder Scrolls videos show up. It's kind of weird, but people still click on that. There's one that's not too weird. Battle of the Bands. Here, that one. This one's not weird because people need to learn how to play Hearthstone sometimes. So I don't know. Someone just watched the whole video and gave me 2 hours on that. Now, in terms of total viewership, you can see 188 hours was previous month. This time we got 223, but don't be so happy about it. Technically splitting, it's plus 113 plus 100. Again, this is because I split my channel into 2. And, you know, I got semi-viral on the card game channel. I'm hoping something takes off at some point, like, but, I mean, it's just, you know, a thing. A dead person shouldn't fucking have big dreams like that. Not yet. Because I still have things to do. You know. My biggest dream is, like, once I run out of things to do, someone's gonna fill my cup. You know. In a way, like, I have to explain. But society's split into 4 sections, right? And you can sort of, like, use this as a section. There's the very, very cold section for cool people, for celebrities who think they're way better than everyone else, at least for a certain amount of time, if they can keep this up. But if they can't, they should go 1 layer down. And this is the very hot section, where there's a lot of people in there. You know, the normies who try to look attractive and stuff. Then you retire and you go even deeper into the earth section, where there's it's a lot of shadowy places, basically. You can sort of do whatever you want, obviously still within moral bounds. And then finally, why would you go here? It's dead space. Well, you go here to rest entirely away from anyone else's bothering you, you know. But I am not drawing skull, I'm drawing water elements. You're here to fucking swim around underwater, and still you're able to do even more things. Like, when here you could have done anything you want within moral bounds, you can do here anything you can imagine, you know. And there's technically no moral bounds. There's just sanity bounds, unfortunately. If you're losing your sanity, if you're losing your positivity, then you're drowning, basically. And you're not supposed to do that. Even I have a hard time fucking swimming around here, but I'm a dead person, basically. I, again, if I keep saying that I'm a dead person, I am negating reality that I live and breathe. But that's what other people pushed me to do. Like, I'm still too young to be a dead person. I'm still too active to be a dead person. I'm clearly showing that through my YouTube activity, but you also have to be active in the real world, improve yourself there. But I don't feel like I want to do that. You know, I don't feel like I want to interact with people unless I want to crush their little tiny hearts that I don't care about, because they're not interacting with me in any meaningful way either. And I get to rest and I can do whatever my fantasy desires, basically. Hang out with celebrities, done. You know, done in my dream worlds as well. You know, so I got confirmation that I'm doing a good job. Dream world kind of feels like a reward for your hard work and interconnection with cool things that you might find across life and collect that. I mean, it worked, and I'm very happy about that. Now, another thing that you will see is, well, first of all, good vibes, right? The TikTokers. There's, again, only a few times, and this is one of those exceptions when I was covering something, some kind of personalities. In this case, the whole team of girls, but like, you wouldn't see a face on my thumbnails because I was, again, busy just explaining how crazy life is. I explained this, one of the craziest concepts, and I even got a subscriber for that. What is it? Well, the tree of knowledge. And what is tree of knowledge? If you heard Adam and Eve's story, tree of knowledge is kind of a mysterious tree with fruits, and if you eat the fruits, you will anger the god. But why would God be angry? Well, God would be angry if you make someone suffer, you know. So maybe Adam and Eve was just eating fruits, but maybe these were like other people's blood, you know. It's just they're not told that, they're just told not fucking eat the fruit, because that's the very simple rule you're not supposed to break. But again, the story is now aged and twisted and stupid, so I had to renew and understand fully why would God, the almighty thing, you know, prevent something? Well, he gives full free will, and the worst thing you can do is make other people suffer just for your entertainment, for no good reason, basically. Right? So that is the worst thing you can do. Eat the fruits of someone else's effort, in a way. It's just not your tree, so to speak. At the very least, that's where it all starts. And then God would test them more and more, potentially. I don't know. I don't know how the clean version of the story sounds like, but in general, if you want to amplify the effect, you tell people you can eat the fruits from someone else. Like, just eating someone else's food when they bought food and they need food, just eating someone else's food, just stealing their stuff, is to make them suffer, right? And you can do that for no good reason, right? If you need to eat food, now it's just a free-for-all, a purge, so to speak. And we're going to talk about that very much now, because purge is pretty much happening for the next 2 years. We had COVID for the next 2 years, which is government attacking the population and showing it, flexing its powers and all the things we have to do because government decided. Now the next thing, the corporations, the companies, the scare tactics, the rushes, invasion, distracting us and making us think that we have to, you know, pay a big price because there's some war out there somewhere. Basically, I don't know, man. Russians probably hacked in all sorts of places and sent a lot of messages, or just, you know, uh, created a vibe that you can just become greedy if you want. If you want to scam people and raise prices. Because this war doesn't seem like it should have affected the economy that much. You know, we had to send so much money to Ukraine. What are they gonna do with money? Weren't we sending like ammunition and stuff, and accepting refugees and all that shit? It's weird. All right, I'm not gonna lie, it's a weird storyline, and just the panic alone can create ridiculous inflation. But where do we go from here? All right, so we got the government attacking the people, the uh, corporations and capitalism attacking people. Now we're gonna have people attacking each other, but not really. Well, people creating chaos, because creating uh, ridiculous crime is not the point of the purge. The purge is just to allow crime, so you take what you feel is yours. You know, you take revenge onto people. You you go on and rape someone really cute that still looks pretty in the darkest of days. You know, you hunt down those cute little angels that feel like it's peacetime somehow. Like, you do some crazy shit, whatever you feel like, you know, that other people don't deserve, you just take it from them. That's the purge. However, you have to find the problem to be able to solve the problem. So if you don't see the problem, there's no reason to just turn into a monster, all right? And usually you just want to move things around, as small things as possible, to not attract too much attention and become a victim of the purge yourself. Because if you pull something, someone is going to pull back and give attention to you. So there's a lot of strategy that's going to come down, and I don't know how Europe is going to fucking handle this thing. I'm European. I can probably predict the purge because I know the whole fucking thing just intuitively. You know, you can't escape your country, you're trapped. A certain amount of time passes, maybe the purge clouds move to another country, you know, and we have to like concentrate evil and just allow it to destroy itself. That's the positive version of purge, right? Is just to slowly concentrate, bounce the ball around until the evil concentrates itself somewhere, and then the purge lands on that country, and that country is just doomed. We could just throw the ball all the way to Africa. I'm sure they wouldn't even notice extra suffering if we created that. But yeah, prepare yourselves, because I can at least predict the next 2 years, my friends. And if you want, you know, the coverage, and you want to ask some questions, the moment I released this video, I only got 8 views. But look at the watch time. People are excited to learn what's gonna happen, guys. Because, you know, the bad things are not gonna stop there. Inflation and mandatory masks and vaccination. Fuck that. It's gonna get much worse. Why? It's just the apocalypse. And all 4 things have to happen. Alright? I love number 4 because it helps me predict things. Now, what's gonna happen 2 years later? We're gonna talk about it 2 years later, when it's appropriate. It's literally knocking on our doors 4 months later. We're gonna see the purge, you know, in action, being prepared in winter and unleashed at March, as always. It's just now a pattern you should be familiar with, unfortunately. And as confident and as I am completely disconnected from like causing the purge myself. Like, that would be fucking stupid. I'm just too familiar with the patterns that are happening. You have Sniper Wolf, you have the Sanity dump videos actually climbing pretty high, as you can see already. And then there's paranoia is bullshit. Hmm? Yeah, I was exploring all sorts of things. Paranoia is like really hard to break down, and trying to remember right now of all the bullshit episodes, like I have to like rewatch them a little bit just to get the vibe. Uh, but there's a lot of distractions basically that can turn into paranoia, and like why would you be scared? The weirdest thing is people being scared of the internet. That is like the weirdest thing you can do. If you're on the internet, you paying attention on what's going on the internet, like you have full freedom to do whatever you want. I mean, nothing crazy is gonna no one's gonna pay attention. Like reality and internet is somewhat separated, but whatever. I'm not gonna try and bring up the subject that I already forgot. It was just 10 days ago, but I also had to finish collecting Peace Pop, which is top 50 best songs put into a playlist. Technically, the playlist is right here, but I had to put it all into even more filtered playlist because you can see like there's different ratings. And Cyrex does provides tons of music like that, but Cyrex I think only has like 2 entries this season. We'll see how it changes over time. Because Cyrex will always be there in general. Oh yeah, and the coolest thing about paranoia is that you shouldn't be afraid. You should just be working harder. If that's the offset. That's the funny thing. Victorious, because I made a generic episode or a video that people would just click on, right? Wanting to explore Victorious, but in the introduction, I'm like, don't touch Ariana Grande because she's mine, guys. I'm just like claiming ownership, just peeing like a dog all over the place to mark my territory. Territory. Hi, Tori. Anyways, so Sanity Dump, almost last episode. The last episode is episode 11. It took me 11 hours to just dump all my thoughts. It's ridiculous. The reason why I'm able to do that is because there's so many things that I have to grind. So many videos to watch. Because people have been uploading more somehow. Like, somehow I'm finding more things to watch than ever before. It's weird, okay? Maybe my perception has increased, but because I have no stats whether I'm watching more videos or not, or there's more uploads or not. I don't have stats for that. But yeah, things got really heated up, and the summer was pretty hot, and now it's all gone. All the heat is just gone in just like a few days or a week. Everything just disappeared, and now I even have to close the window to not get colds. It's annoying, but it is what it is. But again, I told people while it's a hot summer out there, you shouldn't be moving too much. You shouldn't be too active. You should just be chilling somewhere, somehow. It's good to go outside because there might be wind outside, but it's not guaranteed. So, burning up, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend. So, I personally just stay indoors as always. Stay in the shade. And I have much better time than just fucking sweating all over the place and feeling the horror of, people might smell something bad about me, and treat me poorly or something. So Mark Passio also shows up once more. Still doesn't break the barrier of top 5, but the barrier is now just like 4 hours. It was definitely possible to break it. with just two people. Almost Sniper Wolf Drama broke it. It's the latest episode. I'm not sure how many I have made. I think I just made one. When you see July. Oh, okay, I made two. I canceled Jack's films, and he's still at it, basically. He's just still playing bingo and over-analyzing Sniper Wolf. It's so much cringe. But a weird development was that Jack's films moved to another channel. Like his operation of, yesterday I asked you, just move to another channel, as if it's not the main thing anymore. As if it's ugly and stuff. Oh, you want to improve your channel? You know, there's definitely a parallel between reading comments and reacting to TikToks. It's definitely very similar type of content. But Jack's Films was the first one to be, insecure about his content and not Sniper Wolf. How interesting, how peculiar. So the first and the thing that was sort of hidden the most is the Sanity dump number 11, the last episode. And normally that's how YouTube works. Whatever names and tags you have, searchability basically, everything is going to be overwritten if you make a new video, it feels like. So it's best to make some gaps between videos so they all pick up. It's like buckets, basically, somehow. You put a new bucket and... I don't know, man. I honestly don't know how YouTube works exactly, but again, the moment you upload... the moment I uploaded a Sniper Wolf video, the previous video stopped getting views. So it just switched to the new one. And it's kind of dangerous in case like your video was better previously and the new one is kind of like average. So in order to get maximum amount of views, you have to take breaks, which is still pretty weird. It's weird. It's weird that YouTube works like that. But if you want to take advantage of it, I'm not gonna do it. I don't care. I just want to upload maximum amount of content. It's all about me, my friends. Me improving myself. So poison is gold. Small doses of poison. Alright, now we can get that skull emoji that I hate so much. This is just a basic idea. Well, first of all, this mountain thing is about me understanding that I have done a lot of effort. I put together a lot of effort into this channel and into self-development, understanding the concept of life and how to operate and all that without any resources. All right, I don't have resources to spend, so I have to figure out how to do it without resources, just by looking at things, just by interacting with things, and trying to not compromise my happiness, because happiness cannot just be, found in the future. You have to find happiness now. So, just master effort, master keeping up happiness. I was able to escape Sanity dump, and probably it's not coming back. Not now, hopefully. But I still am not done with TikTok marathon, so it cannot come back anyways. I'm occupied already. Poison in small doses. Well, it's simply an idea that you can trigger people, you can offend people. Obviously, you need a good reason. You can experiment with people, you can poke them. You can do all sorts of nasty things as long as you're keeping track of the data, so to speak. It's kind of like a scientific thing to poison people and seeing what happens, basically. So it's all for science. That's kind of like the basic idea. I started the video of like rape in small doses, but it's just a very triggering word, and I'm like, well, I'm happy. I'm happy that I was able to say it. Because, like, in small doses, like, if I steal $10,000 or I steal a penny is a small dose, all right? A tiny one. You wouldn't even notice. Well, we can even say $100. $100 you would notice and you would be quite upset because you worked for that money. Maybe it took you an entire day to get that money. So I just stole a day from you. When stealing just a minute from you is, or even like 20 seconds, you wouldn't fucking notice that. You know, you would be even glad that I paid attention and just took a small thing for myself. I like that would be completely fine. So in small doses, like everyone sort of benefits when that happens, like a small transaction. But you obviously have to have a purpose behind it. You have to analyze what happens when you approach a person and ask them for a penny, or you poke them, whatever you choose to do, as long as it's a small and insignificant thing, insignificant interaction that seemingly is what the society's lacking, you know, seemingly it's not happening in society at all. So you have to provoke, basically. It's kind of like a provoking move. Then you have a Sanity Machine and Technoblade. Yeah, being heartless is bullshit. Alright. So this is also like very twisted. Both of these are very twisted, and it's kind of very interesting structure overall, seeing this. But you know, there's tons of heartless people. That's another definition for an NPC, but often enough people are hostile enough to twist my brain constantly. Like, they just leave me behind all the time. They think to themselves that they're better than me and that I deserve nothing but, you know, hatred and being blocked away and silence and all these bad things. Basically, such heartless behavior because what, everyone is working for themselves and everyone is trying to get their own benefit. But right now it's becoming more and more vicious. Like, you cannot establish that sort of behavior where you're just independently competing against other people and showing your dominance, basically. Like, you can't do that anymore. It's kind of like a closing, the curtains are closing and you can't just squeeze yourself in to play that part. And once you're in my territory, once your heartlessness starts becoming damaging and you want to heal yourself and feel loved and all that shit, well, you will have to knock on my door and not get knocked out. You'll have to change. You'll realize that, oh, there's also the love segment of life as well, the positive, where we interconnect and actually have conversations with each other. It's something I'm literally training right now. And not only I've been waiting for the purge to see what's going to happen, but I'm most importantly waiting for people to open their hearts for the first time and realize there's a spiritual connection that we share. And I want to see what happens when that happens, because you cannot focus on Technoblade. You cannot. You can focus on his dad. You can focus on the rest of his family. But Technoblade did die, and other people require your attention who are still alive if you want to save them. Otherwise, you're just, again, heartless person. Unless you're trying to solve the mystery, which is, again, a mystery of living people might get cancer for a certain type of behavior. What do you do? Well, my solution is panic. Yeah, the greatest solution of all time, just switch everything. Switch your life to a completely different lifestyle. And that should help, because your body is just going to go through a complete rewiring, basically. Same goes with Dream. Dream doesn't have enough you know, self-esteem to operate properly, like a proper human being who doesn't hide his face and who actually uploads on YouTube. No, he just wanted to be a toxic little shit on Twitter, it seems like. So in both cases, like Technoblade and Dream are like the couple that just kind of ruined Minecraft, and we're just gonna move on to the next thing. Because at this point, it's all just garbage. I don't want to look at it. Minecraft just garbage to me. It has ended, you know. The story has ended because now it's disgusting with these two personalities. I follow Technoblade, and then all of a sudden it just ended. Funny enough, you know. Why did that happen? What a mystery. But same went with Dream. I followed Dream and it just ended. And it was just weird. Like, probably not even a year apart this was happening. It just messed up. Because their stories are very similar and very close to my personality. So I very much understand what these guys are doing. They're professionals. They want to grind really badly, and they want to do the same thing as Mr. Beast does, except Mr. Beast comes out unharmed from all of this. You know, his reputation doesn't hinder, right? Well, it's questionable now. When there's more and more shit stacking against him as well. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Again, Technoblade's death could have been a wonderful sacrifice where we're going to get awareness about cancer or something like that. And how do we have to change our lives to battle it? Dream, you know, could just tell a story of, like, privacy. And what kind of person requires privacy and why? Or at least just to create enough mystery. You know, do people want to solve it or not? Because it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. That shit's crazy. Anyways, those are top 5 videos. I will potentially add more names because this month I'll be working on top 100. So there's gonna be 20 spots for top 100 to solidify the 20 bottom slots. I like open chairs. They could switch places with other people that are more deserving of that spot. We'll see how it goes and who I elevate to top 100, because that means they're gonna show up in YouTube Rewinds. Isn't that crazy? So I'll be covering this month the battles between the gatekeepers and the people who want to break in and take a spot for themselves. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Absolutely. And see you guys next time.